listen up, because right now, the market is absolutely setting a trap. A lot of traders are about to get caught on the wrong side of this thing. The moves we're seeing aren't just random noise. They're direct reactions to some massive global shifts all happening at once. Okay, let's break it down. So, is this the calm before the storm? It really feels that way, doesn't it? Like we're in this weird holding pattern, just this quiet moment right before things are about to get incredibly volatile. The market feels vulnerable, and every single headline seems to carry so much more weight than usual. The big question is, what's coming next?
And look, it's not just one thing. It's like a perfect storm brewing. We've got these escalating tensions in Iran, this kind of wild diplomatic story about Greenland, a rally in silver that has just gone absolutely crazy. And to top it all off, we have critical tech earnings dropping tomorrow that could move everything. All right, first up, geopolitics moving stocks. And the key thing to understand here is how these global headlines are directly hitting your portfolio. This isn't some abstract concept. Events happening thousands of miles away are having a real, immediate impact on stock prices. First, let's talk about Iran. Things are getting really tense. We're hearing warnings from military officials that a U.S. attack could be imminent. In fact, the U.S. is even pulling some personnel from bases in the Middle East. But then, get this, President Trump comes out and says the violence is stopping, and boom, crude oil prices drop over 2%. You see the problem? These conflicting signals are just whipping the oil market around and creating a ton of uncertainty. And then there's this incredible situation with Greenland. President Trump has been pushing hard for U.S. control, and this quote really says it all. Anything less than U.S. control of Greenland is unacceptable. I mean, that's a pretty bold statement, right? It's causing friction with our allies, for sure, but more importantly for us, it's creating some very specific winners in the market. And check this out. This is the direct result. Take a look at the ticker CRML. That's a company called Critical Metals, and they control one of the biggest rare earth deposits in the world, right there in Greenland. The stock shot up over 32% in a single day. And the leveraged ETF that tracks it, CRMX, that thing jumped almost 63%. This is geopolitics creating absolutely explosive moves in real time. Okay, so this brings us to the split personality of the market right now. Mania meets fear. It's a tale of two completely different markets happening at once. And that's the perfect way to describe it. In one corner, you've got absolute total euphoria. In the other, just deep-seated fear and selling. It really is like two different worlds colliding. And if you want to see the mania in action, just look at this number, 28%. That is how much the silver ETF has gained in just the first 14 days of the year. I mean, that is an absolutely insane parabolic run. It's a kind of move that sucks everybody in, creating a powerful but also a pretty dangerous trend. So on the mania side of the ledger, you've got this silver frenzy that's just getting more intense. We're talking physical prices in Shanghai hitting over $105 an ounce. But then you flip over to the fear side. You have big banks like Bank of America selling off hard on worries about a potential cap on credit card interest rates. At the same time, chip stocks are getting hammered on reports of new trade restrictions. Mania and fear happening right next to each other.
Hey, quick pause. If this breakdown is helping you make sense of all this market chaos, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. And for daily insights just like this, make sure you subscribe to the Stock Market Mojo YouTube channel. We're here breaking this stuff down every single trading day.
Now, with all of this noise, it can feel pretty much impossible to know what to focus on. But right now, the entire market is hinging on one specific technical level. This is it. This is the market's line in the sand. And I'm not exaggerating here. The entire market hinges on this one level. Whether we see a powerful rally that takes us back towards all-time highs or a sharp, painful drop, it could all be decided by whether the market can hold this single price point. And here is that number, 686. That's the number on the SPY, the ETF that tracks the S&P 500. This level has been the critical floor for the market, and we are testing it as we speak. What happens right here is absolutely crucial. So this sets up two very, very clear scenarios. It's actually pretty simple. One, if the SPY can hold above 686, buyers could step back in with some confidence, and that could kick off a rally back toward all-time highs. But scenario two, if it breaks below 686 with any real conviction, that floor gives way, and we could see a very quick and painful drop down toward that 680 level. And we're not going to have to wait long for a big clue. Before the market even opens tomorrow, Taiwan Semiconductor, a hugely influential company for the entire tech sector, is reporting its earnings. Their results and what they say about the future could easily be the catalyst that either holds that critical 686 support or breaks it wide open.
So how do you trade in a market that feels like a trap? How do you navigate it? Well, the key is to look for really clear setups where the story and the price action line up perfectly. It doesn't matter if it's bullish or bearish. The chaos itself is what creates the opportunity. So here are a few ideas that fit this exact environment. For a bullish play on all that geopolitical risk, you could look at a name like ExxonMobil, ticker XOM, which obviously benefits from oil volatility. For a bearish setup, Microsoft, or MSFT, looks pretty weak after breaking a key support level on heavy volume. And if you just want to ride the mania, a crypto-related stock like BMNR is showing a lot of strength as Bitcoin and Ethereum rally. See? That's how you do it. That's how you navigate a market trap, by finding the clarity inside the chaos. To get this kind of analysis and stay ahead of the next big move, make sure you're subscribed to the Stock Market Mojo YouTube channel.
So that leaves us with one final question. In a market this divided, with pure mania on one side and raw fear on the other, all balancing on a single technical level, you have to ask yourself, is your portfolio positioned for the panic or for the pop?